Right, what is up guys, here on the TomClancyCentral channel. My name is James, bringing you guys another video here today. Today I'm bringing you the whole new news with Update 1 interference with Ghost Wars PvP. You might be able to tell guys, by the tone of my voice has actually got me kind of hyped. I want to go and play this. Unfortunately, it's still downloading. But this honestly has me quite excited. If you guys didn't know, there was a patch that went out earlier on today. It is now available for download. It's up to 5.5 gig on Steam and up to 12 gig on Uplay and consoles. And yeah, there's a new game mode, new maps, a new class, and potentially more stuff. And we also know the schedule for the new stuff that's going to be coming out. So it's a free update, which is really, really cool. So there are 4 maps for Uplink called Warehouse, Oil Rush, Burnout, and Subfactory, all of which look really cool. And there's 2 more elimination maps as well called Cartel, Depot, and Farmtown. Honestly, this has made me want to play the game again. I haven't played this game in a hell of a long time, if I'm being flat out honest with you guys. You might have noticed I've been using some pretty old gameplay. This honestly makes me quite excited. There's also a new class, as I mentioned, called Disruptor. So yeah, the update, as they said, will be available after the maintenance is concluded. That has happened. This update is the first substantial addition to Ghost War and starts a series of other upcoming updates. And in terms of visibility and their future plans, they've actually put out a vague timeline, which is really, really cool. In terms of upcoming content, there's going to be new modes, new maps, new classes, and a ranked mode. That I really think is cool, and more. So I am really, really excited about this. I honestly think this could be really, really cool. So the timeline that they've put out, they've basically got the launch with October. November is going to be Update 1 Interference. That's what's just dropped. Now moving forward, in December, there's going to be an Update 2 called Jungle Storm. In January, Update 3 called Extended Ops. February, Update 4, New Assignment. March, Update 5, Reinforcement. Update 6 is going to be called Bravo 6, with the exact dates to be confirmed. Obviously, this doesn't actually give us a massive amount of detail, but honestly, this has got me really excited, which is really, really good. To get someone like me excited about a game again, I think that's quite cool. Wildlands is a really good game. I just have fallen off the train a little in terms of the hype. Hopefully, this can get me back into it. In terms of the new mode, as I said, it's called Uplink. It is nothing like the COD mode. It is, again, it's teams of 4. It says teams of 4 will stand against each other and try to reach the objective. Hack the access point placed centrally on the map before the opposite team does it. Hacking the objective will grant a victory. That is, if you don't eliminate the enemy team before that, as that is also a valid way to win. So, this seems to be kind of similar to the original game mode, in that obviously you can eliminate everyone and you've got an objective in the middle to do with hacking. But like many of you guys might realise that one of the things that I really wanted was the objective to mean more, and this is exactly what they've done with this, which could be really, really cool. They said, so they're releasing 4 maps especially dedicated to this mode, as I detailed before, giving every team equivalent conditions to run or sneak for victory. Just like the initial Ghost War elimination mode, we prepared different environments allowing for many different approaches. The maps have been carefully chosen to provide diverse tactic conditions. Now if we scroll back up to the maps, Subfactory actually looks like there could be some water involved potentially. Burnout's in a forest, Warehouse is pretty self-explanatory, is in a warehouse, and Oil Rush is in an oil mine. Now the Cartel Depot and the Farm Town for the new elimination maps look like kind of your default sort of maps, but again, they could be pretty cool. Now, in terms of the new class, Disruptor, he sounds pretty cool. They say, meet the Disruptor, the newest addition to the Ghost War family. Disruptors are powerful additions to every team. Their unique abilities allow them to affect the HUD of opponents who come too close to them. If you've played Fallen Ghosts, you might know what we're talking about. This gets me very excited. The effect of the Disruptors is very similar to what you'd experience from Jammers in that expansion. That is really, really cool. They've got something from the DLC and they've implemented it into the PvP. I like that. If enemies come too close to Disruptors, their HUD will be scrambled, leaving them to depend on nothing but their eyes. The one thing that I could say about that is that it kind of lets people know if they're near you, if you're running Disruptor, and that happens, but hey ho, it'll certainly help give you an advantage. So the Disruptor, like I predicted, will be an early access for Season Pass and Ghost War Pass owners. After this week, it'll be accessible to every player once bought in the store or unlocked like any other class. You can unlock it, that's really cool, but you can buy it as well if you want. So yeah, as I mentioned, there's the new maps, Warehouse, Oil Rush, Burnout, Subfactory, and the new ones to Elimination Mode, Carter Depot, and Farmtown. And they say, we hope that you'll enjoy exploring and planning new tactics on these new maps. Fantastic. There's also a fair few fixes, etc., and some balancing. I will go through them as well, so this is going to be quite a long video, guys. I'm sorry, we're already in about 5 minutes. But PvP fixes is what I'm going to start with. This is all universal stuff. They fixed an issue where the name and description for the thermal vision perk were incorrect. They've fixed an issue where the weapon icon was missing in the kill log for the P12 from the scout class, the P45T from the artillery class, and the 5.7 USD for the tank class, all pistols of course. They have fixed an issue where the aim assist would reset to on at the beginning of every round, so if for whatever reason you're playing without aim assist, you had to turn it off at the start of every round, so that's a good bug to fix. They have fixed an issue with the aiming and damage UI circle of the mortar drone was not shown on the surface of the water, so if you were trying to mortar drone someone if they were in water, it wasn't working properly, so again that's a nice fix that they put in there. They have fixed an issue where the medic drone mark remained active on the HUD for all other classes with the drone in bag. They have fixed an issue where the enemy sound marker was not showing on the TAC map when spectating. Again, a good issue to have fixed there. They have fixed an issue where the suppression bubble of the first player would shield other players behind him in a line, so that's like an exploit that they've fixed. And finally, they have fixed an issue where the maximum ping distance shown in spectate mode was limited to 148 meters. That's going to be removed. 2 PC specific things. They have fixed an issue where the player would become invincible as long as the top bar of the game while set to windowed mode was clicked and held. Right, so that's a bit stupid. And they fixed an issue where changing the helicopter pitch invert y-axis on the mouse would also affect pushing up and down from the keyboard. So yeah, that's just really PC specific things, not massively important for the vast majority of us here. In terms of balancing, with Recruit, the drone has been removed from his loadout completely. I quite like that. It makes the Recruit not as good as a lot of the other loadouts, which it really shouldn't be. Tech has had its HP increased by 30%. Pointman HP increased by 10%. I'm not quite sure why they've done that, considering Pointman's already a pretty good class. With the sniper, they have removed mines and reduced damage. The assault classes will need 2 body shots from the sniper. That's really good. The sniping was getting a bit annoying with how OP it was with the snipers. Again, I'm quite happy about that. The enforcer, they have now made it possible to change his weapon's scope, so that's some customization in there, which is good. With the ranger, they've increased stamina by 50%. That's a hell of a lot of an increase for stamina. They can run for an extra 50% now. And the PSG submachine gun has received an effectiveness, I say in inverted commas, buff. That's probably like a damage buff or like a range buff or something like that. The Sentinels had an improved interface to make tracking easier, and the Diversionist has had its drone's battery increased. So there are 3 maps that have had some changes. Quarry has had its south spawn point moved forward and more cover has been added. Dust Town, the map layout has been streamlined and they removed part of the map that was too easy to defend. And Coca Farm has been temporarily removed from quick play rotation, is still available, and custom match levels clearly some exploits they weren't very happy with. In terms of weapons, most classes can now choose their handguns from a wider selection. Alternate scope attachments have been added. That's definitely some people have been clamoring for that. That's pretty good. They've removed the damage reduction from having a suppressor equipped. That's interesting. I don't understand why they do that. Surely there needs to be a disadvantage to a suppressor. Maybe the range will still fall off, but the damage will stay the same. That could be a thing. And you can no longer holster your weapons. I don't know why you'd want to do that anyway. In terms of other improvements, leaving ongoing matches will now result in timeout penalties. That's pretty cool. Matchmaking's been tweaked so that beginner players have better chances to encounter appropriate opponents. That sounds a little bit like skill-based matchmaking, but at the same time, it kind of makes sense if it's only for beginners. If you say, like, if you're level 1, you don't want to be coming against people that are insane in this sort of game, it just wouldn't be very fun for you. And they've reduced the amount of XP required to reach each level so players will progress quicker. Some issues related to the functionality of the progression UI have also been fixed. So yeah, and then there's some Ghost Recon network stuff, so they've added stats for uplink mode and prestige level, and there's now a new slide on the dashboard page. There is a trailer for this. If you want to have a watch of that, just go look at it on their YouTube or their Twitter or whatever. I could probably link it in the description if you want that. So I'll do that. Anyway, guys, this has been a pretty long video. It's pushing in just over 9 minutes. But thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm hyped for this. I hope you are too. If you have enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and leave your thoughts in the comment section below. I've been James. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye.